Hey Lisa, do you still keep your habits and from new habits since you realised you weren't what you thought you were? Um, there is still habits with this body-mind mechanism, but they've softened a lot and changed a lot, and I feel like over time they get more and more in line with that realisation. But I don't think there's an end point to that because it's always getting reconditioned from everything. But on the human level, I'm certainly not enlightened. But there's a lot of things that change, like it doesn't get so stuck in things, and it's way more aware of itself and the unconscious. And it's softened and it's not like it was. And it's really honest and open, but you know, at the same time I still get tripped up into certain habits. Certain feelings come up with certain behaviours of others and from childhood. But they just appear and disappear. They're not taken to be truth anymore. And I do feel like they are changing. But at the same time, what's the goal? Like, what do you want all your feelings or responses to be like? Because your responses have to be a particular way. You have to have a response to stuff. It just doesn't belong to anyone. And you lose the desire to hope for this perfect human being, because the hope for this perfect human being was always about avoiding the present moment. And you kind of settle into the human being as it is. And I have every time for experience. I can argue with people or get on with people. I tend to not argue that much with people because I'm quite a passive character, so I don't get into too many conflict situations, but I also can get into conflict situations. I can get annoyed with people. You know, and who knows what's whose and whose feelings. I'm just trying to think of examples, but then it's failing me. Living by myself is way easier. You have way less conflict situations when you live alone. When you live with someone, you've got more, but